Having an absolutely wonderful day. We are here at BRL Wednesday. We had a week off last week. We are back though. Netherlands. Oh, what a track to come back to. I'm not alone as well. I'm with Elise here today. Say hello, my friend.
Hello.
Oh, what an introduction. Um, right, so we should be getting underway any second now. It is 8 o'clock after all. Other than that, bog standard, as it always is. It is 18 minutes, sorry, of qualifying, and then a 36 lap race. So quite a short track at the Netherlands, clearly indicated by its number of laps. I mean, I did Belgium yesterday for another league. We had 22 laps there, so that really gives you a size comparison of just how quick the Netherlands is as a track. We've got 17 drivers here today as well. So we've got a really, really good quality number of drivers, um, which is something we absolutely love to see. Other than that, I mean, I guess we just get into it and get ready to get going because we're going to be going any second now.
Who are you rooting for a pole position?
Well, in current good form with the Ferrari, J Horse is always a man to not rule out. I think I
Always.
every time. But as well, it's the Netherlands. Stuff can go wrong. It's a track that
Yeah,
can cause
definitely.
spins easily. So don't put all your money on one person just going out there and smashing it. Because if they can't get a decent lap
Yeah.
in, someone else can quite easily come and snatch it up very, very quickly.
Plus a lot of traffic. It's quite hard to get out of the way here, so.
Yes, yeah, massively.
Mr. Cookie's a quality merchant, can't lie.
Alrighty, so out into the Zandvoort track today. So let's have a little talk about who is with us today. We have Kafjak and that sim guy running for Mercedes, Lifebout and Scotty running for Alpine. We have Jackalak as a single man at Haas. Never Fear Ali's here in J Horse. As always, these two boys never fail to show up for Ferrari. Chaz Lightrider and Aero Blake out with McLaren, Essex Perry and Armand Plays in P16 and 17, but they are running for Red Bull. Hazard and Jimmy, as per usual, with Aston Martin. And I need quick adjustments to volume. Other than that, who else have we got? We've got Rick and Mr. Cookie, of course, for Alfa Romeo. And Quick Killers and R. Henson for Williams. And I think that's rounded everybody out, hasn't it? Yes, it has. Anyway, let's get our settings enabled. Tyres, as always, everybody's out on softs. I wasn't really expecting anything to be any different there.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not going out on soft tyres, what's going on? Jackalak is going to be the first man to set a time. Obviously, that's if he doesn't invalidate.
I hope not.
No, it's always nice to have the first man out on track for qualifying to actually set the time. As you can see, we've not had 16 minutes count on the clock yet, and we've already got one person with just a single braking zone to go. He's going to let it pass, though. And he's going to let the Alfa Romeo of, I don't know whether it's Mr. Cookie or Rick. It will be Rick. Rick's going to be the first man to start today.
Kept it very tight to turn one there, to be fair. Sick for you. It's just Cookie's level.
Right, so unsurprisingly, Rick is setting the fastest sector one time. With not really much competition, I'm not all that surprised. And also, it's very busy out on track, isn't it? Just 2 drivers in the pit lane. Other than that, everybody else out on track setting early times. So I'm guessing everybody's going to be going, bar probably 2 at this rate, for 3 time opportunities. Across an 18-minute session, you've got 3 minutes, 3 times, really, that you can set a time. You can go less than that, but it's not really possible to get 4 full laps out on the track. So obviously people are going to try and go for that method. We all know it can go horribly wrong here at Zandvoort, so I think people are just trying to get out early and get as many laps in as possible. So Rick sets a 1:11.466, narrowly missing out Quick Killers. He's just a 10th behind, as Chaz Knight Redder then goes just a quarter of a second back, and Jackalak half a second back. Have more drivers about to come across the line, in particular Mr. Cookie. He's about to go and set his time, as well as Lifebout going to the top of the table considerably. Mr. Cookie not maximising a very good time here, and Lifebout has absolutely annihilated everybody so far. And also topping J-Horse, who's gone P2 with 2/10 down on that time. So Lifebout in a really good position at the moment as a few more drivers start to set some times. Our Henson down in P7. 9/10 off of the pace. Other than that, Calf Jack nearly 2.5 seconds back, so I think that might have been a bit of a mistake within that lap there. And all of a sudden, Jackalak, who was right at the top now, P9 after those attempts, and he's got the Alfa Romeo of, pretty sure that's Mr. Cookie right behind them. Either way, they're coming in now, both of which coming into the pit lane. They really pushed on that lap, so clearly wanting to get in nice and quickly.
If I'm correct, that sim guy came on very late, well, later than everyone else, because he wants the track to quiet down, because everyone's coming in now, as you can see, so he'll have a nice clean lap when he comes around.
Yes, in theory he should. He's got the Ferrari behind him, that is never to fear, I'm pretty certain, rather than J-Horse. Either way, he's going to have, as you say, a practically empty lap. He's going to have Essex Perry, nope, not. He's going to have Arman up there, sort of kind of close, but other than that, it's going to be very, very quiet for him. Can't say that's going to be a particular problem.
That is actually very smart, to be fair, you don't have to worry about anyone in front of you doing a little spin, so you're fine.
Yeah, of course. The last thing you want is for it to all just go a little bit wrong because of someone else's mistake. Either way, most people into the pit lane now, so we'll just keep watching that sim guy. Other than that, Armin plays with, I'm pretty certain is it his name? I can't remember now. It might be.
It's his first race.
It is his first race, because I had him yesterday in another league, and clearly he's been transferred over. He's a quick fella, so he's up there with J-Horse. He's going to bring a good bout with J-Horse, I'm pretty certain. He was very good in qualifying yesterday, so I can see him.
No purple sectors from what I see from that sim guy though.
Yes, that sim guy's setting pretty good starts this time, but it doesn't quite pull off. It's nearly a second down. That sim guy not putting in a time that I'm guessing you particularly wanted to see there, with his notorious bright pink helmets. Maybe you should go back to maybe if he goes back to AlphaTauri, he might have a bit more pace like he used to. Used to be up there, used to bag a win every now and then, but no. P10, second away, he's going to have to do a lot of catching up if he wants to improve. Chaz Knight Rider out on the circuit, as well as Quick Killers. These two out on circuit. They're the first of the kind of the front runners, and J-Horse has also left. He's on an out lap. So watch out for those boys, as they're going to go and set some time soon. Quick Killers just rounding up, ready to start his lap. Errol Blake also leaving, so it looks like it's going to be the front runners getting back out on track at the moment. That's a Lifebout just leaving the pit lane as we speak as well. He's with a very, very bright orange helmet there. That's an amazing helmet.
I was going to say, I think Sim Guy's only going to go for 2 runs this session, because I think he's trying to go for quite a quiet track when he goes out.
Yeah, that's very, very possible. If he gets to turn around quickly whilst everybody goes in, ready for their final run. Only problem with that is his time gets locked in. His time is the time to beat, rather than him trying to beat a time. Whilst it shouldn't make a difference theoretically, it can psychologically. Whether that's going to happen today, possibly not. But just keep that in mind, with that being the expected strategy for that sim guy in qualifying. Other than that, everybody else so far, Quick Killer's going and setting the fastest sector 1 time out of everybody. So really strong start for him. Mr. Cookie just about to round out of time here. I'm not sure whether he's about to start a lap. J-Horse as well, also on a lap. He's currently down on his time heading into sector 2, so not good at all. Quick Killers does improve pretty well. He moves up into 4th. He was P6, so it's a +2 positions. Nevertheless, it's still half a second off of Lifeout's time, who's gone and put in a very, very solid performance and has just started another lap. So keep an eye on him. J-Horse closing down his time. He's now 4/10 under his time that he was originally. Is it going to be enough though? He's only really got one. You've only really got 2 braking zones within sector 3 to really make up some decent time. Whether he can claw down to Lifeout, whether he's just going to get closer. He does get closer. He gets closer by a hell of a lot. 1/100th of a second there between J-Horse and Lifeout, though Lifeout nearly half a tenth up, and onto the grass he goes. Commentator's curse at its finest. So that is Lifebout's lap ruined.
Well done, Carter. What can I say?
It's outrageous for me, it really is.
Yeah, but if this is the pace for just qualifying, I wonder what the pace is for.
Kafchak is out. What has happened to Kafchak there? He's just gone off and into the barriers, down sort of halfway through sector 2 there. Let's try and watch on board with the Ferrari.
That is a terrible crash.
I'm not quite sure how that's occurred, to be honest. It's an interesting one.
Or hit the curb.
Yeah, it's got to be something to really throw the car off, because it's quite a long gravel track. You'd expect to be able to slow down by then, especially considering the fact you would have been slowing in the corner nevertheless.
Is that sim guy out?
That sim guy is out, that is correct. Aeroblake is the wrong way round. No, he is the right way round.
I think he's on.
That sim guy is on a fast. He's currently nearly 3/10 up.
Like I said, it does look like he's trying to do the opposite of what the other drivers are doing.
Also, notably, Armand Plays only done 1 lap so far, whereas most people around him have done 2. So maybe he's going the same kind of strategy as a 2 for that sim guy, who does improve. Speaking of, he goes up to P8, just beating Mr. Cookie by 3/100ths of a second. So pretty close in the midfield there, actually.
Looks like we've got a good qualifying on our hands for mid positions. As my question is, will Simgar go out for another run? Sorry.
He can make it, to be honest. Lifebout has been awesome. Lifebout's left the pit lane. So, Lifebout possibly going to try. He might even be able to sneak another one in if he can get this outlap done quickly and get his done sharpish. He might be able to go for 4 runs, because obviously his last lap didn't go quite to plan. He wants to improve. Whether he'll be able to.
He's got enough time to get another one in, definitely, considering it takes 1:10 a lap if he were to really want to get another run in. But then again, if he has used all his softs, that Mercedes slowed down quite bad. But yeah, as now he's gonna
Lifebout start his lap, as it is pretty quiet out on the track at the moment. It's an interesting time for Lifebout to come out, possibly just due to that. He's going to know it's going to be a bit quieter. than normal. Nevertheless,
Yeah, a bit smooth on the one.
his lap is well and truly underway.
Is he giving us Smith? Wait, no, wrong person. Sorry. First purple setback for lifebound. So he's improving. And that is the half.
Oh yeah, that's
What's he done
off. I think it's only a spin or some kind of minor problem. It looks like he is still going. Oh, bit of an oversteer there for Lifeboat. Just heading out onto that back DRS straight. Either way, coming into the final chicane before heading up the hill towards our two right-handers to finish off the lap. It's still looking like a pretty solid time at the moment, but let's just see. And invalid. He's hit the curb and just too much curb, and that has caused him to go invalid. Although notably, that does give him an opportunity to go out again. He's 100% got the curb there. 100% got the time to go out again. Yeah, he was. He was really pushing. Just the back of the car has just spun out a little bit there. You've just had to correct it, and it's just forced him onto that curb a little bit too much. Push track limits, invalidated.
Even if you push the slightest bit harder on this track, you hit a curb once and you're done, because you grind it like you're in a skate park. There's nothing you can do about it.
There's some properly mean curves on this track, especially. This track has got some pretty nasty curves, including this one here around the long left-hander that just seems to go on forever. You hit that curve and it's like the curve at Hungary going up the hill. You just send it.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, Mr. Cookie has snuck one hell of a time up there. He was P9 last time we checked. He's now P3. 2/10 off of the pace after setting that lap time. Whether he'll be able to go again, I'm not too sure.
He should be able to, theoretically, because it takes about, 2 minutes for an out lap, but if you're really slow.
I mean, yeah, it's not a very long lap, is it? It's a 1:10. In comes Mr. Cookie, being very sharpish about it. He's going to get in, switch tyres, get straight back out again.
But then again, if you want to save a set of softs for the race, I mean... Yeah,
however, also, when thinking about it, he's just had such a good improvement there. Does that give him the confidence to say, you know what, I can go further than this? On top of that, Armand Plays is only just behind. He's going to be, if he goes out for another lap, he's going to be all over him. If Armand Plays even improves by a 10, it's out and out for Mr. Cookie. He's going to be starting behind.
This is another cookie crumbling question for Mr. Cookie.
Yeah, and Aeroblade...
Will he sacrifice a set of softs?
Yeah, Aeroblade improves his time there. He's now gone 4/10 behind after being about, I think it was about 7.5 tenths back originally.
That's blocking the Ferrari there.
And our top 3 drivers are out on out laps. Top 4 now. So, all top 4 drivers, all pretty decently within a shout of getting pole position here. Most likely is, of course, J Horse and Lifeboat, just separated by 100th of a second up there at the top. But, as I said, don't count these other 2 out. That Sim guy has also just gone and put in a very good time
George
there.
Does need to get some space to the McLaren area, because he may be...
moves him up to P5. We'll just watch with J Horse, because he's going to be the first of this group. Lifebout just behind. You can see there when he does cut back to behind J Horse, you were able to see Lifebout for a brief moment there. So it's going to be the 2 faster ones to set their times first. J Horse with a 6 minute stagnant inside his pit box there. He now goes again and is going to be the first of these 4 to set times. Other than that, the next one will be Mr. Cookie, and then it will be Armin will be the last one to set a time. Quick Killers has lost it there down in sector 2. You can just see in the minimap.
As Aeroblake has just spun it and sent it into the barriers, that's unfortunate.
And it is
right
the
next to it.
fastest, yeah, it's the fastest sector 1 time for J-Horse. Can Lifebout improve that? No, I do not believe so. J-Horse now, keep on board with him. He's just opening up DRS here.
Jack-O-Lack spun it.
Jack-O-Lack
3 drivers spun now there.
again.
Oh, he's out.
And he's out with that sim guy also retiring.
He's took a driver with him.
Yeah, that'll be that sim
guy. They
both
collided. They both collided there.
Now, it was noted that drivers were to be extra careful around Zandvoort. It is quite a difficult circuit to move out of your way. And I mean, okay, if you spin, it's not that bad. What can J-Horse do? It is an improvement. It's a big, big improvement. Lifebout's going to have to do a lot here. He does do enough by a very big margin. It's nearly 2 tenths now. It's going to be Mr. Cookie across the line next. Can he line it up to J-Horse? Can he improve? He's going to go P3. He's going to stay, but that time did improve. That means Arman's got quite a lot to do if he's going to want to try and catch up to all these boys. He can't. He does improve, but it's not by an awful lot. So the order after all of that doesn't actually change. So we'll watch on board with Rick, who's also doing pretty decently on his time right now. He could get pushed up to P6, possibly even P5 if he really gets in the pace. Who knows? Maybe it might even be P4. I can't really see P3 for him because he is, 9 tenths back at the moment. But it's at all possible. It's improvements. It's not quite as much, but it is still very, very close. Rick and that sim guy setting identical times there. That sim guy stays in front, of course, because he sent that time first.
But I think that's it for everyone. The collision with
qualifying over. I mean, we got Jimmy Jags.
The Mercedes won't be happy.
Oh, Jimmy Jags doesn't have a front wing. Right.
Yeah, but that's him gone.
He's just limping back to the pits. Oh, I mean, like, across the line. Yeah, across the line. Other than that, SX Perry just getting in, and that is it. That is your qualifying done, ladies and gentlemen. Lifebout puts it on pole by a considerable margin in the end. It was just under 2 tenths to second place J-Horse. Mr. Cookie in P3 and Newman Arman in P4. That sim guy in P5 for Mercedes and Rick in P6. Aero Blake in P7 with Chaz Knight Rider in P8. Quick Killers P9 and R. Henson in P10. So Quick and R. Henson together as the Williams crew. Never Fear Andy's here in P11 and Jackalack P12. Azad P13 and SX Perry P14. Jimmy Jags for the Aston Martin in P15 and Smithy in P16, with Kafjak in P17 and Scotty round out everybody after not setting a time. So it was pretty close in different sections of the pack, wasn't it? You had the 9 tenths of the second group, and then you had the 6 tenth group. But other than that, I mean, it's still quite widespread, isn't it? For being P4, half a second away. It was very, very strong times at the top.
I have noticed, though, that Arman and Rick have only used 2 sets of softs during that entire quali, so that's a big dub for them.
Yeah, 2 spare pairs, just a couple extras always go a long way, especially in a race, especially in somewhere like Zandvoort, where we've already seen in qualifying, people are making mistakes.
Well, it wasn't really a mistake between Jack-O-Lack, or whatever you pronounce his name, sorry, and that sim guy, because Jack just came back on track very dangerously, knowing that sim guy was about to whiz past, and takes them both out. With him and
but nevertheless, looking at whether it's actual collisions between drivers or people making mistakes like spinning, for that incident to have occurred, that's because Jack's had a spin. If people are spinning, we've just seen that happen. Okay, it might happen in a different way during the race, but if someone spins and someone else hits them, it's game over. Big, you can have a nice, good safety car. These boys can slap on a set of softs and go to the end of the race.
It might be,
yeah, exactly. But talking about Arman and Rick, they're gonna have spare pairs of softs happily. So
I won't be surprised if one of them just goes on softs right now, because they can afford to do it.
It's an interesting tactic, isn't it? I can see it possibly from Rick. He's got a couple more positions to gain. However, at the same time, it does then put you on the back foot during your actual strategies of the race. Speaking
Oh,
of, let's check the tyres. And there is one set of softs, but it's not from either who we thought. It's from Never Fear Andy's here, who's gone and slapped on a pair of softs down in P11. Pretty decent result for him. So he'll be deciding, softs pretty decent. He's going to get him up a couple of places, hopefully. That's what he's intending anyway, or
I
maybe
think most
anticipating.
people, in my opinion, during this race, think, yeah, there's definitely going to be a safety car at some point. There's got to be.
I think, yeah, that has to be the mentality of most people here. With majority of the grid on mediums and just a couple of boys on hards, 4 to be precise. 3 of which in the top 4. So perhaps for the faster boys, the hard strategy is the fastest way to go for this race. Get a comfortable lead on the hards and then mediums right to the very end. And it's J-Horse, it's the Ferrari J-Horse that has decided to go differently. That's Perry and Smithy getting disqualified, so just a little bit of contact between them on the outlap does cause instant disqualification even from the first start.
If you are on the hard slower car, you don't have to get an advantage because you're on the longer lasting tyre really. You can just hold back the couple cars behind because it's a very hard track to overtake here.
It
only
is,
really
yeah.
a couple.
I mean, J-Horse, what he needs to do here is he needs to get past life up quickly, create a big gap.
Well, we know what's happened before.
That's what I'm saying. That's not not a J-Horse thing to do. That's very much a J-Horse thing to do.
Build a gap and then spin.
Yeah, build a gap and then spin. I mean, honestly, it happened yesterday. So
Did it actually?
Yeah. He built up like a full 6-7 second gap. I mean, it was a safety car. He spun under the safety car. It was quite fun. But nevertheless, mistakes are just, you cannot have them. Life out as disqualified parking. So he's going to be set back a little bit. That's going to really advantage J-Horse here. So J-Horse in a really good opportunity to get a move down into turn 1 now with such a squeezed up gap between the two. Nevertheless, we should be getting ready to go any second now. If it wants to tick us away, eventually it might. Are we just on the grids? Are we gonna load in, or what's gonna happen? I mean, it's lights out. Oh, hey, there we go. I've just seen that little flick on, and everybody's leaving. Ah, what's happened here? Are we gonna get going? Perhaps. No. Right. Let me. I don't really know what's happened here. I can't lie. Everybody's leaving the session. I'm going to quit and join back again. I'll see you in a second. I'm still here, I know. See you